Hello, everyone, and we got some Solana news. We've seen that Solana is kind of bogged up right now. Still can work, but it's dropping a lot of connections, and even the network says it's congested. If we open my Phantom wallet, we'll see. Yes, see, Solana is experiencing network congestion, a lot of it. By the way, this is all donations here. I have managed to accumulate almost over $550 worth of Solana meme coins and a little bit of Solana itself. If you want to donate me any Solana meme coins, feel free. I'm probably going to eventually just convert them all into Solana within a few months. If I see they don't really make any movements within a few weeks. So, how can Solana fix this problem? Well, we've talked about this yesterday. It's a very simple solution. Just raise the transaction fee to like 10 or 20 cents. Instant solve of the problem. See, by giving a very small transaction fee, you've already solved the DDoS problem. Because even by having a fee of 0.001 cents or something like that, it's too expensive for people to DDoS your network. Well, now you have a massive arbitrage bot problem. And that problem is like, you have a bunch of like arbitrage bots that are trying to micro arbitrage on meme coins, doing hundreds of transactions every minute. And there's a lot of these bots on your chain, and they are the ones clogging up your chain. How do you solve that problem? You take away the financial incentive by making it too expensive, not for regular humans like us to trade, but for these micro arbitrage bots that are making like second by second trades, making it too expensive for them to profit off these trades. That's how you fix the problem. It doesn't really matter what other patching you do. You're not going to get rid of these arbitrage bots unless you take away the financial incentive. My guess is these are making trades, like several trades every minute, trying to micro arbitrage on these meme coins and getting like a couple dollars at a time on these meme coins. You take away that incentive, instant solving of your problem without like 95% or more of the trades being micro arbitrage bots, your chain will calm down and people will be able to use it again and stop complaining. Of course, you will have to stop bragging about how many transactions you have on your chain, but that should be a very, very small price to pay. That flex should be an extremely small price to pay for your chain coming out and actually working well. So I suggest that's what Solana does, because bragging rights, not as important as actually getting the chain working as it's supposed to. And that is one way you can actually get it to work very easily without any like serious technical things. I don't even know what you could do technically to stop the bots without taking away their financial incentive to do micro arbitrage. Remember, micro arbitrage is very, very little profit per trade. So if you take away that incentive, they don't have much incentive to trade anymore. So I think that's what they should do. We have more news for Solana. There's a massive Solana liquidation, but Solana price hasn't actually been hurt. How can there be? Because someone bought that liquidation. And yes, it was the FTX liquidation. FTX just sold $2 billion worth of Solana, but it's been lapped up by a lot of other VCs because VCs want that Solana, and they're familiar names within the cryptocurrency industry. Galaxy Trading, Pantera Capital, and Neptune Digital Assets have acquired nearly 2/3 of FTX's stake in Solana. So yeah, they're like, you know what? They're selling them. We believe in this Solana, so we're taking it, folks. So basically, the FTX estate unloaded half its Solana. A lot of it's still in lockup at a 63% discount from current prices. According to Bloomberg report on April 5th, Solana tokens represent the majority of bankrupt exchanges' assets. I think they already sold all their Bitcoin, so this is what they have left. It drew a lot of interest from VCs and venture capitalists or asset managers, including Galaxy Trading, I think that's Novogratz, Pantera Capital, and people familiar with the matter told Bloomberg. The bankrupt exchange sold between 25 million and 30 million locked up SOL coins at $64 a token, generating around 1.5 billion for FTX creditors. I believe they owe their creditors something like $8 billion. So they're liquidating everything. It is a fire sale. They sold them, I think, at like a 65% discount. So all these like bigwigs, they lapped up all the Solana, so there was not a big Solana freefall as some people were hoping, so they can suck up the small Solana price and get a good bag. Unfortunately, Solana actually has risen in the last few weeks to over $200 before coming back to $175 today. So that's not why Solana's dumping. Solana's basically dumping because it's congested right now and because the entire market is falling. But this did not cause Solana to go down because just like there were sells, there were buys. And I think this was kind of like an OTC transaction where they didn't sell on the open market. I think they sold pretty much all the coins directly to people that were interested. Now, this bodes well for Solana because it does tell that a lot of people are actually interested in Solana. So there's probably even more buyers lined up. So if FTX sells more in the future, remember they only sold half. If they sell the other half, there's probably more buyers interested as long as they're willing to sell at a discount. And I think when they're clearing stuff like this, they're always going to sell at a discount because there's no way they can like sell it if they don't sell it at a steep discount. But still, you know, like you're basically buying $1.9 billion worth, and it's probably worth something like $6 billion right now. So you're getting a really, really good deal and people are willing to take that. So I still think Solana's trajectory in this bull run is definitely more upward than downward. And obviously, like this has drawn a big criticism from the exchange's creditors, but FTX creditors, but you can't really do anything because if you sold it on exchanges, it would plummet the price and you wouldn't really get anything more. And I think like the creditors just wanted more money, but in the dire straits that FTX is in, I don't think you were going to get any more money than what you got. So the thing is, like on March 28th, former FTX CEO SBF was sentenced to 25 years. During his sentencing, creditors accused the exchange's liquidators of violating the creditors' property rights. They have liquidated billions of dollars of crypto assets. There's a token SNC told at 11 cents. Now it's trading at $2. FTX had 10 billion in Solana tokens. They sold at a 70% discount. But if you want to get that money really fast, there's no way to do this except for the way they did it. So Solana's creditors FTX creditors are not happy, but they're at least getting some of their money back. But it's been a fire sale, and even though it's a huge liquidation, the price of the coin did not drop. So we'll be looking at the Solana liquidation more closely and how pissed off the creditors are because they're only getting pennies on the dollar. Binance has decided to nuke Bitcoin ordinals. They're not supporting them anymore, and they're closing down soon. And they're going to stop supporting trades and proposals of Bitcoin ordinals on April 18th. So Binance is winding down support for Bitcoin non-fungible tokens just a few months after introducing it to the marketplace. In a blog post on April 4th, Binance announced efforts to streamline product offerings on the Binance NFT marketplace. So users are advised to withdraw their Bitcoin NFTs from the Binance NFT marketplace via Bitcoin Network before basically May 18th. They said they'll stop supporting it because it is clogging up Bitcoin's network, which it definitely is. Remember, like ordinals, I don't think can go through Lightning. And if you're going through Bitcoin Layer 1 is actually much less scalable than Ethereum. So it's obviously going to clog up the network, make it really, really slow, and make it expensive. And that's not something you want to do during the bull run. So Binance is basically playing at that angle, and they're not doing Bitcoin ordinals anymore. And of course, the ordinals are transacted on chain. So essentially, like Bitcoin ordinals, a big marketplace has fallen. I still think there's many other marketplaces if you want to exchange Bitcoin ordinals. I personally think ordinals are a god-awful idea on Bitcoin, but some people like to trade these day-gen things. They're basically on-chain NFTs. Maybe if Bitcoin were like ICP, it would work because ICP has the capacity and it's cheap storage, but Bitcoin, we all know, doesn't actually have the capacity to function with something like ordinals on top of it. Because remember, each Bitcoin block is 10 minutes. There's only 1 megabyte of space in each Bitcoin block. And if you're storing JPEGs in that 1 megabyte of space, obviously it's going to make for far fewer transactions per block, which will slow the chain down. So I'm not really sure how they'll fix that problem. Obviously, they have things like stacks and other solutions to build on top of Bitcoin. Not really sure how it's going to work. We've seen how the Ethereum layer 2 has scaled Ethereum. Ethereum still has issues, and I think Bitcoin will still have issues. There's a lot of transcriptions going around. The market's still pretty hot for them. I still think it's more of like a FOMO or flavor of the month thing. So I don't think like Bitcoin inscriptions as they are right now will be a thing in 2 or 3 years because people will understand they're just basically on-chain NFTs. and they do make the Bitcoin blockchain go a lot slower. They will have to make some kind of scaling solution for it. Not really sure if it's just worth it. I know some people want Bitcoin to be more than just a store of value, but the architecture and how it's built does actually kind of just make it a store of value and not able to do too much else except for simple transactions via Lightning, which makes things like smart contracts like very, very hard unless you like integrate something like Stacks. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.